Flower Pants Lady Amy. Absolutely, absolutely. You eat to live, live to eat, and then you work it all off. So, yeah.
Yes, I'm very, very dry this morning from beers with my brother yesterday. So.
Okay, well, let's have a seat. So I'm going to sit up nice and tall. You can bring a block or a blanket underneath your seat here. If you've got weights at home, grab those, water bottles, soup cans, and then a ball if you have one. And then we're going to shrug the shoulders, bring them up by the ears. Draw your shoulder blades onto your back here. Close the eyes, take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale, crown of the head reaches toward the ceiling. Exhale, blow it out. And then from here, when you open the eyes, go ahead and look over the right shoulder. Hey Rita, come back to center, look over the left. And back to the center, look over that right shoulder. Just getting a stretch in the head and neck, back to center. Look over that left shoulder. The next time you come back to center, drop your ear toward your right shoulder. And coming back to the center, drop your ear toward the left. And center once again, dropping your ear toward the right. And back over to the left. We'll come up to the center, bring your chin to your chest. And then gazing toward the ceiling. And from here, chin to your chest. And center, and gazing up. Go through a couple of shoulder rolls here. So shrugging the shoulders, bringing them down and onto the back. One more in this direction, and then reversing, so circling forward. One more in this direction. From here, shrugging the shoulders up by the ears, draw your shoulder blades onto your back. We'll go ahead and release the hands down, fingertips barely touching, taking the arms all the way up as you breathe in. Join your palms overhead, exhale, press the space away. As you inhale, arms sweep, lift the gaze, take the palms together, so you can straighten through the elbows here. Reach out through the fingertips. Once again, inhale, arms left. Sweeping the arms. This time interlace the fingers, we'll invert the palms up toward the ceiling. Get a little taller here as you do. Reaching the palms up as the sitting bones sink down. Take a breath, come over to the right. Inhale, lengthening through both sides of the waist. Coming up and over to the left. Inhale, reach. Keep reaching through the palms. Coming over to the right. Try and keep that opposite sitting bone grounding down. Coming back over to the left. The next time you come over to the right here, we'll hold. And then from here, releasing that hand down, taking the other arm alongside the ear. Side bend to your right. Reach out through the fingertips. Turn the chest up. Turn the gaze up. Take another breath in. We'll sweep this hand to the knee. Taking your other hand behind you, grow it a little bit taller here. And as you exhale, just setting up for twist. So pulling the belly up and in, lengthen. Exhale, deepening that twist. One more breath in. Ribs wrapping around here. Head and neck are long to the right. Inhale, unwind. We'll take the arms all the way up. Exhale, release the arms down. And then inhale, sweep. Join the palms overhead. Lift your gaze. Reach out through the fingertips, straighten the elbows. Inhale, arms sweep. Palms join overhead. Exhale, press the space away. The next time you inhale, taking those arms up, we'll take the opposite, interlace the fingers here, invert the palms, lift them toward the ceiling, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, this time coming over towards your left. Keep reaching out through the palms, coming back to the center. Keep both sides of the waist long. Coming up and then over to the right. Inhale, reach. Try and keep that opposite sitting bone grounded. Coming up and over. Once again, inhale, lengthening. Exhale as you reach. The next time you inhale, come back to center. We'll reach up and over to the left this time. Take that other hand down. Grounding down through that opposite sitting bone. Find the length out through your fingertips. Keep your chest turning up. Knees turning up here. Take another breath in. We'll sweep this hand to the outside of the knee. Taking your other hand behind you, grow tall here. Exhale, coming into that twist. So pull the belly up and in so you can create space, creating length. And then deepening this twist. One more breath here. Exhale, twist out. And we'll inhale, unwind, sweeping the arms. Exhale, release the arms all the way down. This time, inhale, lifting up halfway. Wrap the arms here, wrapping around the shoulders. Take a little circle. Circling clockwise, just allow the weight of the head to release, allow the spine to round. One more time around, and then we'll reverse the circle. So moving in that opposite direction, nice and easy. Circling here, releasing. One more time through. And then from here, release the arms. Switch. And switching directions. Nice, and go ahead and reverse that. Move the spine around here. Last one through. And we'll come up to sit tall, unwind your arms, and come on to hands and knees. So bring your hips and knees in line here. Tuck your shoulders so they're right over top of the wrist. Spread the fingers, pressing down through the finger pads and knuckle pads. Start to extend the heart as you inhale. And on an exhale, curling the tail under, press into your hands. As we inhale, the belly will drop. From there, the heart will lift. And on an exhale, press the space way around all the way into cat. Moving on your breath. Starting to connect your breath with the movement here. Once again, inhale. Extending the heart, from here the belly will drop. As you exhale, round all the way up. Think like you're pressing the floor away here. Once again. And this next time you round all the way up. Curl your tail under here, press into the hands. Keep the hips toward the heels. We'll inch the fingertips out long in front. And just keep the forehead to the mat here. And then take the hands out a little further away. As you press into the hands over the elbows, let's take this out to the right. Reaching those hips over to the left. Breathe into that whole left side. And then keeping this nice and long, walk it through center. We'll come over toward the left this time. As you press into the hands, reach your hips to the right. And then coming back to the center. From here, keep the fingers spread. We'll shift forward. Bring your shoulders slightly forward to the wrist. Exhale, rocking back. Let the tailbone draw you back. Rounding through the spine. So inhale, belly lengthens, heart draws forward. Exhale, let the tailbone draw you back. You can do that a couple more times. And then the next time you shift forward, let's take this into a circle clockwise. So starting to warm up through the hips and the shoulders. Keep the hands actively pressing down into the floor here. Something all the way back if you're going to take a rest pose, and then you can change your mind. Do one more in that direction, nice and easy. And then the next time you shift forward, go ahead and reversing that circle over to the left. And then the next time that you're forward, slide the hands in just a bit, reach back to that right heel, and then start to rock back and forth, just keeping the toes under here, weaving up the back of the leg here, weaving up the feet. Reach back and hold here, taking that stretch from your heel all the way up to your sitting bone, and then shifting forward just a bit. Go ahead and lift the leg, but try not to lift that hip. Engaging the core, tapping the toes down, rising up. Waking up the core, think of hugging in toward the midline here. Take that left hand back. Just check to make sure hips are steady. We can extend that arm alongside here and add opposite arm to leg. On this final one, holding in both directions here, find that length, keep the back neck long. We'll take the hands to the floor, release that foot over the opposite foot, over your left shoulder. As you reach to the heels, try not to sink down, but lift up out your wrist. Take another breath in. Releasing the toes here, the knee open down. Left leg straight back, rock it back and forth here. Starting to wake up. Noting things moving. And the next time you press back, hold. Bring that stretch from your heel all the way through the sitting bone. We'll shift forward just a bit, lift the leg, flex the foot, and then lowering and lifting here. And taking that right hand back this time. Make sure hips are level. And then the arm can come alongside the ear. From here, tapping down, rising up. On this final one, holding, finding that extension of both directions. Back of the neck is long. Taking your hand down, release that foot over the opposite foot to the peak of the right shoulder. Breathing into this stretch. Taking another deep inhale here. Exhale out. Release the toes here. We'll bring the knees to the floor. And then go ahead and slide your hands forward a bit. Tucking the toes under. Lift your knees. Reach the hips up and back. Start to pedal the feet. Looking up through the backs of the legs. We'll lengthen the heels toward the mat here. Actively pressing into the hands. The chest is moving toward the thighs. Lift your heels high here. And then lengthen the heels toward the floor. 2 more times. Lift the heels. And lengthening. Lift the heels. And then we'll take that right heel down. Bend the knee and hold. And then lengthening the left heel to the floor. Bend into that right knee this time. Hold. Switch. And then the next time you reach to that left heel, just roll through the top of that right foot, and we'll rolling over top of that left foot. Just kind of go back and forth. A couple more times, kind of waking up your feet here. And then the next time you roll over the top of that right foot, taking a little circle and circling that other way, and switch. And we'll reach through the heels, and from here, peel forward into a plank. Bring your shoulders so they're directly on top of the wrist. You can always lower the knees if this feels like too much. And then think of the thighs drawing you down. 2 more like that. Shifting forward, find that high plank position. Shoulder blades engage onto the back. Press into the hands actively. Engaging the belly, engage the thighs. Thighs draw back. Downward dog. So coming back into that upside down V position. 1 more. Press into the hands. Bring your head so it's in line with the spine, and then thighs drawing you back. And we'll start to walk the hands all the way back towards your feet here. Take a little bend in the knees. Let the weight of the head be heavy. You can take a shake of your head. Yes, a shake of the head now. I'm going to roll it up to stand, taking your time. Stacking one vertebrae on top of another here. Roll your shoulders back at the top and we'll grow top. And then from here, make sure the feet are about sitting bone width apart, or bend into the knees and start to sweep the arms up overhead. Open across the chest. And then bending into the knees once again, sweeping the arms. Open the chest. Start to bend into the knees a little more deeply. 1 more like that, bend. Sweep. This next time you bend into the knees, we'll open the chest out to the right. Try to keep the hip points more or less facing forward. Bending into the knees, sweep open to the left. As you bend into the knees, make sure your knees aren't rolling in here, not rolling in on the inside of that foot. Keeping that same distance between the feet and the knees. Maybe bending a little more deeply this time. Maybe brushing the fingertips along the mat as you sink. 1 more time, sweep. And opening up to the left. Nice, from here we'll come back to the middle for this next one. And sweep the arms, open across the chest. And go ahead and tuck the chin toward the chest and start to peel down, create a roll down. Knees are soft, and then press the floor away. Engaging the belly. 1 vertebrae stacking on top of another. Roll your shoulders back for top. Chin to your chest, go down. And then keep those knees soft, actively pressing the floor away. Engage the abdominals, stacking 1 vertebrae on top of another. Your shoulders roll back, roll top. Chin to your chest, peeling back down. Nice and slow. And then grounding down through the feet. Allow the head to hang, arms jingle. And we're going to add on from here. So make sure you're all the way to the back of that mat. Chin to your chest, we'll peel it down. Take the hands to the floor here, walk it out. Bring your shoulders so they're directly in line with the wrist. And then you can lower the knees down. Elbows hugging in, chest aiming forward. You can lower 2 inches here. You could hold plank. You could lower halfway. You can bring your nose to your mat, rather. And then tucking the toes under. Lift the hips up and back. We'll take the hands to the feet. Take a little bend in the knees. Making your way back up to stand. Shoulders roll back to the top, row top. Chin to your chest, peel back down, pulling away from that wall. Hands to the floor here, walk it all the way out. Bring your shoulders to there in line with your wrists. Set the shoulder blades here. And then think of the elbows drawing in toward the side ribs as we move forward, pressing up. Get in line with the spine. And tuck the toes under. Lift your hips up and back. Take your hands all the way back toward your feet. Little bend in the knees here, rolling up to stand, engaging those abdominals. Shoulders roll back, head aligned with the spine, and then shin to the chest here, peeling back down. Taking the hands to the floor, we'll walk it all the way out. Set the shoulder blades here. You can lower the knees if you like. Elbows hugging in, chest aiming forward. Pressing up. Or two, make sure that head is in line with the spine so you're not letting the head hang. Tuck the toes, lift your hips up and back. Take the hands back toward your feet. Little bend in the knees here. Make sure you're pressing the floor away, engaging those abdominals. Shoulders roll back for a top. And then shin to your chest, peeling back down. And walk it all the way up. Last time through. Lowering the knees if you like. Draw the elbows in toward your side ribs. So this is a tricep push-up. Last one. Nice. We'll lift the hips up and back. Take the hands back toward the feet. Try not to rock side to side. This time hang over the legs. And then we'll roll it up. Bring all the way up to stand. Grabbing hold of your weights here. And then coming into a wide second. Heels are in, toes are out. Navel strong to your spine. You're going to scoop the belly. Shoulders roll back. We're going to slide down that imaginary wall. Rising up top. Exhale. Tailbone is heavy. Round of the head reaching to the ceiling. Make sure you're not rolling in on the inside of the foot. Two more. Nice. From here, we're going to slide down the wall. Spin off the heel. Bring your palms so they face up. Bending into that knee. Make sure the chest is upright. Broadening across your collarbones. Last one. All right, live. Let's do one more. We're going to come back to the middle. Slide down that wall. For 5, 4. Tailbone drops down. On this last one, hold. Go ahead and spin off the heel. Bring your palms so they face up. Toes are pretty straight ahead, knees aligned over the ankle here. Elbows in line with the shoulders. Back to the center, sliding down that wall. Nice, last one, hold. Spin off the heel. And lowering and lifting. For 4 more. Two more here. Last one, we'll spin off the heel. And bring your palms to face up. Elbows in line with the shoulders. Last one here. Come back to the middle. We'll hold this one, little pulses down. Small range. Nice, stay here. Start to circle the arms. Carving out a circle, keep the rest of the body still in space. And we'll reverse that circle. Stabilizing through the shoulder blades. Nice, from here, draw it in. And open out. So it's like a W. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Four more here. Squeeze. Last one, and we'll bring it back out. Bring the arms forward. From here, slowly lower through the right as you lift the left. Try not to swing. Try and keep the upper body stabilizing. Try not to elevate your shoulders. Five more just like this. Abdominals pulling up and in. Last one. And we'll come all the way up from here. Go ahead and sink back down that wall, draw them in and open it out. Five more. This is it. Last one, glue them together and squeeze for two. Two more, glue them together and little pulses. Get a little lower. For four more, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and slowly release. We'll toe heel the feet in here. And from here, go ahead and release your weights. Go ahead and come back to the back of your mat. Maybe grab a sip of water. And we're gonna roll back down. So feet are parallel, sitting bone width apart, rolling through the spine here. Take the hands down. We're gonna take it out to that stretch. Breathing into this. And then inhale, shift forward. Come into a plank. You can lower the knees, or for a little more challenge, come forward to tippy toes, lowering your plank down to the floor. Nice. Slide the hands underneath your shoulders. Separate the knees apart here. Bring your big toes together. We'll sink the hips toward the heels, rest the forehead. And taking that rest pose, go ahead and come on back up. If you have a ball, you can grab it here. You can also use a block. Place the ball. I'm going to bring it between the inner thighs here. In fact, let me scoot a little closer. And then sitting up tall, feet are sitting bone width apart. Scoop your belly, keep the feet planted. And then keep the navel drawing in toward the spine here. Reach up to the crown of the head. We're going to round through the low back, pulling the navel into the spine. And then from there, rock back. And then lengthen up through the crown of the head. Exhale, scoop, and round. And then rising up. Release the arms. Two more like this. Imagine someone's pressing you in by the belly button. That's what draws you down. Last one. And then from here, we'll come into a long spine. So hands can come back behind the thighs. You're hinging from those hip joints. Rising up. Keep the feet planted. A little squeeze on the ball, or you can think of adducting the legs here. Imagine you have a rod through your spine. Exhale, hinge. One more like that. Exhale, hinge. And from here, we're going to come into, let's release the hands first. Two like this. And then we're going to come into that rotation of the spine. So, growing tall. You're going to lean back and then rotate to your right. Sweep the arm around and rotate left. And drawing that elbow back. Open the chest. Sweep it around. Exhale. Rotate. Last time through. Woo. Nice. Go ahead and come on back around. Take your hands back behind your thighs here. Come a little forward on your mat if you need to. We're going to come all the way down. And from here, just coming onto your back. Nice. Walk the feet in toward the rear. Tuck the chin toward the chest. Release your arms at your sides. Rolling up into a bridge. Peeling bone by bone. And then as you peel down, one vertebrae at a time. Using that abdominal control and then peeling up, low back presses down. Hips peel away. Chin coming toward your chest. Squeezing the glutes here, adducting the thighs, and then rolling down nice and slow. And once again, we'll peel back up, low back pressing down. Hips peel away, shin coming toward your chest. Lengthening those knees toward the opposite wall, and then as you roll down, think abdominals. Last time through, we're gonna roll it up here. And this time, holding at the top. Squeeze those glutes, lower just a little, lift just a little. Lowering and lifting, keeping that squeeze on your ball. Lower. Three more. There's two. Last one. Heel on down. Take the arms to the sides like a T. Lift the feet up, bring the knees so they're directly in line with the hips, not any closer. Come over to the right, keep that squeeze on your ball. Opposite shoulder blade pressing into the floor. And over. Slow center. Keep that squeeze on your ball. Opposite shoulder blade pressing down. Slow center. One more each side. Opposite oblique lifts back to center. Over to the left. Nice, come back to the center here. We'll take the feet back down to the floor. Slide the hands back behind the head so elbows are wide here, navel's drawing to your spine, scoop the belly, and then lifting off. Lift a little higher and slow lower. Make sure you're not tensing up your neck here. So lifting up, weight of the head is in the hands. Lift higher from there, lower down. Two more like that, peeling up. Tips of the shoulder blades, lift a little higher, elbows wide, slow lower. Last time through, exhale. Lift and lower. So this time we're gonna rise up and rotate right. And center, rotate left. And back to the center, lift up in the middle. And lower back down. Rising up. And rotate. And center, and rotate, and center, lift up right here, and lower back down. Exhale, peel, and rotate, and center. Keep that squeeze on your ball, rotate left, and lift up right here, and lower back down. Exhale, lift, rotate, center, rotate, and lift, and lower. This is it. Rotate to the left. The next time you come back to the center, let's lift up a little higher here. Take your hands back behind your thighs. Move your belly, lift higher still. Little pulses right here, lifting up for two. Stay here, reach the arms, five more. Connect to tense in the neck, and lowering down. Give those knees a hug. And then you can take your hands to your knees. Take a little release of your low back. In one direction and then the other. And take your head side to side here. Releasing any tension. Nice. We'll set up for the 100. So releasing the feet down. Go ahead and scoop your belly. Make sure you have a neutral pelvis here so you're not jamming the low back into the floor. We'll lift one foot and the other away. Ball can be come back between the thighs here if you like, or you can take a ring if you have one between the ankles. Scooping your belly, arms to shoulder height, we'll float the arms up and drag your rib cage down. And then nodding your chin to your chest, feeling up. We'll start to pump the arms here. So you're inhaling for 5, and you're exhaling for 5. Stay here or extend the legs up toward the ceiling, keeping that squeeze on your ball, or thinking of the inner thighs connecting. Stay here or lowering down toward the floor, so we're coming to about a 45-degree angle. And then you can stay here or you can lift and lower. If this is too much tension for the head and neck, feel free to lower the upper body down. You're still going to get that core engagement. The other thing you can do is take your ball back behind your head, or maybe using a pillow for support. Let's do 2 more sets of 100. Last time through. We'll come back to 45 degrees on a line. One more. Inhale. Exhaling. Lowering down. Draw your knees in. Little release of the low back here. Take your head side to side. Nice. From here, we're gonna rock it up and get ready for rolling like a ball. I'm gonna put my fans on here. So you're gonna find that C-shaped curve of the spine. And then from here, start to draw the low back back. Draw your navel into your spine, scooping the belly, lifting one foot and the other away. And we'll come to a small movement, rocking just back to the sitting bones, rock to come up. So keeping the same distance here between your chest and your thighs. You're moving in one piece, not moving those knees any closer to your chest. Stay with us, or exhale, rock along your spine. Rising up, hold at the top. And you're welcome to stay here. Make your ball a little tighter. Bring your forehead toward your knees, taking the hands onto the ankles here. Hollow out the belly. Stay here, reach the arms, and then you can lengthen that right leg. And we'll come up and lengthen the left leg if you lengthen the right. Last two, wherever you are. And come on up. Bring the legs so they're parallel here, lengthening one leg, lengthening the other. Extending through the spine, reaching the arms, squeeze those inner thighs together, and slowly release. And we'll lower all the way down here. Hands back behind the thighs. Lengthen the legs one at a time long onto your mat. Take your hands and bring them to your lower rib cage here. Just notice if you're overarching that low back. Thumbs on the lower rib cage. Bring the index fingers to the top of the pelvis, those bony points. Drop your rib cage toward your pelvis a bit. Squeeze the glutes. Reach the arms at shoulder height. Start to float the arms up and drop your rib cage down. And then as you exhale, nodding your chin to your chest, start to round up bone by bone. We'll reach out and over the toes. You're welcome to grab your weights if you like. And then as you peel down, hollow out the belly, peel down one vertebrae at a time. The arms will float up as the rib cage drops down here. Exhale. Nodding the chin to the chest, squeeze the inner thighs together, reaching out and over those two. And then peeling down bone by bone. Arms float up as that rib cage drops down. Exhale, squeeze the inner thighs. And we'll reach out and over the toes. And then howling out the belly, start to round back down slowly. Nice, arms float up, rib cage floats back down. Try not to let the ribs flare here. The arms aren't going to touch because if the arms touch, then the rib cage will start to lift. So you're going to bring them just overhead, but without bringing the arms all the way back down to the floor. Keep those inner thighs squeezing together, glutes are engaged. Exhale, peeling up. Use your breath. Nice, come out and over the toes. Let's do one more like that. And on this last one, we're going to come all the way back down here. This time, reaching the arms, we'll take the arms back down by the sides, and then go ahead and bend one knee in and then the other here, taking the feet to the floor. Press weight into the palms, and then lengthen one leg and then the other up toward the ceiling. You're going to start with the inner thighs together, ground down to the palms, press the shoulder blades into the floor, separate the legs just the width of the mat, slow lower. Inner thighs connect, and then slow lift back up. So it's going to be separate, and then slow lower. Inner thighs come together, slow lift back up. Keep this slow and controlled, guys. Think of just separating about the width of your mat here. Inner thighs to connect the legs. Let's do two more on this one. Don't let that low back overarch. Last one here, and then we're going to reverse this. So start with the inner thighs together here, and then slow lower, coming down to 45 degrees. Slow open, slow lift, inner thighs connect. Not too wide with the legs, keep it slow and controlled. Last time through, and then we're going to come back up to 90 degrees here. Connect the inner thighs here, squeeze. We're going to draw a circle in the ceiling with those big toes, so it's all the way out and around. And all the way out and around to the left. And keep those inner thighs connected all the way out and around to the right. And all the way out and around. And come over to the left. Now you can stay with the hips on the floor here, or you can make the circle bigger and then heel up at the top. Corkscrew. Giving a little suspension at the top. Make sure there's no weight on the neck. Keep those inner thighs connected. Last one. And from here, we'll lower it down. Bend the knees in. Give them a hug. And then we're going to lift up onto the forearms here. So have a rocket side to side. Find this lift of the chest. Make sure you're not sinking down. Instead, think of broadening across your collarbones. Bend the knees in. And we're going to dip to the right. Dip to the left. Come into that rotation. Dip right. And then lengthen your legs. Keep the inner thighs hugging in. Keep this lift of the chest throughout. Rotate. 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 Extend. Rotate. So that rotation is coming from those obliques. Try not to sink down. Find that lift away from the floor. Let's do one more each side. Rotate. And last one. We're going to lengthen the legs up toward the ceiling, coming into hip circles from here. Inner thighs squeezing, circle to the right. And circle to the left. See if you can trace a circle in the air here. Inner thighs connecting, circling right. And circling left. Keep this lift of the chest here. If you need to, a little bend in the knees or straight legs if you can muster. Keep those inner thighs connected. Keep that hugging in feeling. We're going to do one more circling right. And circling to the left. Nice. Come back to the middle. Press off the palms. And come up to a seat. And then sitting up tall. Bring the extra push away from your sitting bones here. Take a hand to your low back. Make sure you have this inward curve of the spine. If you need to, bending the knees or elevating the hips. So you're walking 2 points. Reach the arms out like a T. Rotate to your right. Spinal twist. Center. Rotate left. Soft bend of the elbows here. Reaching up through the crown of the head. Bend the knees as needed. Make sure spine is nice and long, like we're rod through the spine here. So you're not coming into this twist with a rounded back. And then try and keep these arms directly at your sides. Don't let the one arm come forward. Rotate left. Nice. From here, we're going to reach the arms straight out and then bend the right elbow back. Rotate. Rotating left. And unrotate. And rotate right. Reaching it straight back behind you. Rotate. Let's do one more side. Nice. Releasing here. Let's bring the weights down. Slide forward on your mat a bit. Leave enough room to rock back. Take a little sip of water if you like. And we're going to let the knees drop open here. And then hands back behind the thighs. Curl the tail under, top of the spine is long. Lengthen that right leg. Lengthen the left. Stay with hands and thighs or move them up to the shins. Inner thighs connect. Slow separate just with your mat. Feet and inner thighs. Exhale. Slowly separate. Keep this nice and controlled. Exhale. Remember, slow is the new fast. Last one, we're going to hold this one at the top. Stay here just holding. Be able to spine or open leg rock or rock left on your side. Rock to come up, hold, lengthen across the thigh bones. Smoothing the belly. Exhale. Use that navel drawing to the side to help you rock back here. 2 more. Exhale, rock. And exhale, rock. We're going to hold this one at the top. And then bring those inner thighs together. And then extend through the chest, extend through the arms. Take the feet to the floor here. This time, take the hands back behind that right thigh. We'll roll onto that. Interlacing the fingers underneath the knee here. Scoop your belly. We're going to come into the abdominal series. The lengthening through that left leg. Lower it down to about 45 degrees. Don't let this low back overarch. You can keep the upper body on the mat or nod your chin to your chest, lifting up, and we'll just switch. And if you like, fall back behind the head for support here. And you can extend through the arms. Let the legs brush so they're coming straight down that midline. One more set. And we'll go into doubles from here, bending both knees. Reach out to the arms and legs. And then we'll wrap the knees over hips. It's a reach. And a wrap. 2 more like that. Squeezes inner thighs. Last one. And go back behind the right thigh this time. Double pulse. We'll let the legs scissor and then come with the left leg forward. Now you can keep the hands back behind the thigh or come to the calf here. Opposite leg is reaching, extending. Don't just let that opposite leg hang. We're gonna do one more side, not rocking side to side here. And then we're gonna meet up in the middle, inner thighs together. Hands can come back behind the head for support. And lower the upper body here if you like for a little break. Squeeze those inner thighs in. Slow lowering, slow lifting. Notice if that pelvis wants to change position. If so, you're overarching, don't go down as low. Inner thighs stay connected. One more like this. We're gonna come into crisscross from here, bend that right knee in. Lengthen the left leg, rotate right. Come back to the center. Rotating to your left. Legs are gonna hug the midline here, so think straight down the midline, let them brush. Coming into that rotation here in the upper body. Elbows are wide, navel strong to your spine. So you're rotating from your waist. Let's do 2 more sets. Try not to tense up the head, neck, and shoulders. Last one. Easier said than done, right? And we'll come on down from here, release your ball. Give those knees a hug, and then do a little release of the low back. Circling in one direction and circling in the other. Take your head side to side, just releasing any tension here. And we're gonna take the feet to the floor one at a time. Take the arms to the sides and roll back up for a bridge, bone by bone. Keep the hip points lifted here, and then lengthen through this right leg. We're gonna flex and reach and point and swing, keeping those hip points lifted throughout. So try not to lower the hips. Really press down to this left leg so you're actively using that hamstring. Let's do 2 more like this. Flex and reach, point and swing. And from here, stay here. Do a second set like that, or dip, lift, flex, reach, point, swing. Adding a dip. Make sure you're going straight up and down. This knee's not ducking out to the side. 2 more. And we'll lift it up here, bend that knee in. Take the foot to the floor. We're gonna roll it down. Take a little breather. And we're gonna come to the other side. So tuck your tail, roll it up. Chin to your chest, pour all the weight into the right foot this time. Left leg lengthens. Flex, reach, and point swing. Nice. Keep those hips lifted, lifted, lifted that whole time. Try not to let that left hip lower as the leg lowers. From here, second set like that, or dip and lift. Flex, reach, point, swing. Dip, lift, flex, reach, point, swing. Woo, 1 more. My goodness. Take it up, bend the knee in, and roll it on down. We'll take a little neutralization of the spine. So drop your knees into the center, walk the feet out. You can take those arms up if you like, and then just take your knees over the left and over the right. So let that right side of the low back and rib cage peel away, and then the left. We'll give those knees a hug here. Little release of the low back. You can take a little circle here if you like. We're going to come into leg circles. So taking that left foot to the floor, let's lengthen that right leg up toward the ceiling. From here, just flex and reach through the ball of the foot. I take the arms to the sides, ground down to the palms, so a little away from the body, and then circle ankle here, circle the other way. And then we're going to come into a circle here. So Imagine you're drawing a circle on the ceiling with that big toe. So you're going to come all the way out and around and back to center, keeping those hips still. And you can stay with this. You can lengthen this other leg long, but only if that doesn't cause any tightness to the front of the hip or the back of the leg. And we're going to reverse that circle. The idea here is to keep those hips still. That's more important than how big of a circle you're making here, because that really requires this engagement of the core. You should kind of feel, is everything connected, or am I just letting my hips swing here with the leg? Couple more here. And then we're going to give this knee a hug and just release to the front of this hip for a moment. Breathe. Use your upper body strength to really pull that knee in toward your chest. And we'll take that foot to the floor. Lengthen this left leg up toward the ceiling. So same thing, flex and point. And then circling the ankle. And then scooping the belly here, navel to spine, tracing that circle on the ceiling. All the way out and around. Each time you come back to center, think of putting your brakes on here. Imagine you're balancing like a water bottle on this lower belly. You're trying not to let this move. If you like, you can lengthen that right leg, but if that causes your hips to kind of buckle up off the floor, then keep the knee back. Last one, and we're going to hold this one at the top, and then reversing that circle, knee able to spine. Keep those hips still. Woo! Last two. And we're going to draw this knee in toward the chest. Release the front of that hip. Take a little breather here. And we're going to take that foot to the floor. Go ahead and bend your right knee in. Cross the ankle over the knee here. Stay here, or you can bring your hands back behind the thigh. If it's causing your upper body any stress and tension, just leave your arms released to your sides here. And then you can flex the feet. You can draw this in a little closer as you feel the stretch through the outer right hip. Take another breath. We'll lengthen that leg long. Scoot your hips a little to the right. We'll take this knee across the body. And then think of the weight of the right shoulder blade releasing into the floor. And left ankle, right knee this time. Flex your feet, draw your toes back, pull it in a little closer as you feel that stretch. Breathe. Take another breath here. Exhale, stretch. We'll lengthen that right leg long. Scoot your hips a little to the left this time. Take this knee across the body, just setting up for that twist. Let the weight of that left shoulder blade release into the floor. We're going to unwind here. Take the arms up. Stretch fingers to toes. And then sweep it around. We're going to come up to the belly. Take a little back extension here to even it out. So remember, when you're working on strengthening the core, you also want to strengthen the low back, the thighs, the glutes, and this whole back body, the upper back. So wrap the elbows in here, rest the core on the mat, press the tops of the feet into the floor so much those kneecaps lift away. Glutes are working. And then just peel the chest away, but keep your head in line with the spine, working the back extensors, chest, lift a little higher, slow lower. Elbows draw in. Tops of the feet press down, rising up. Make sure you're not using your hands. Test yourself. Take the hands away from the floor. Slow lower, and then make sure the head is in line with the spine here so you're not breaking at the neck. No tension in the head, neck, and shoulders. Lifting away, tailbone lengthening down, chest lifts. Slow lower, elbows wrapping in last time through. Nice, we'll release it down. We'll go to that right shoulder. Take a little breather here. Just shimmy the hips side to side. And let those heels fall apart, big toes come to touch. Nice. We're gonna come to a second set, chin to the top of the mat. This time, reach the arms down like you have a straight running down your pants. Forehead to the mat, heel to chest away. Back of the neck is long, lengthen as you rise. And slowly release. And glutes are squeezing, rising up. Shoulders roll back, chest lifting. Lift a little higher here. And releasing down. Really engage those glutes here, tailbone lengthening down, rising up. Lift a little higher. One more time. Back of the neck is long, lift. And lower, look over that opposite shoulder. Shimmy the hips here, heels falling apart. And then slide the hands beneath your shoulders. We'll press up here. Holding back, bring your hips to your heels. Round on your side, rest the forehead. Just take this nice stretch to your low back. And take a little sway side to side if you like. Taking that sway into the hips, into the low back. And then we're going to swing it around. We're going to do a quick side lying series. So bring it onto your side. Extend this arm long, or you can bend this elbow, rest your head, maybe a little cushion here. This hand's in front for balance. I'm going to point up and flex down. It's not a real high lift of the leg. Take a peek down, make sure hips are stacked so you're not rolling forward or back. You're one long line so you're in line with the back of the mat. Reach for the heel, think of lengthening toward that opposite wall. Try and keep the head in line with the spine. Reach to that heel. This other hand could be in front for balance or at your side. Two more here. On our last one, we're going to keep it up. And then we're going to create a circle in the air. Make sure you're circling a full circle here. So getting that area back behind you, not just coming to the midline. Imagine you're circling inside of a barrel. Slow it down. Two more here. And then from here, we're going to reverse that circle. So back around. So all the way back behind you and around. Try and keep those hips still. That's where the work comes in. So making this faster will only make it easier. So it's not about having more reps. It's about keeping it slow and controlled. Last one, bring it around, bend the knee, take a stretch of the quad. And then bend that bottom knee. Stack your hips here. Gonna open, close for clamshell. For 2, 3. Try and keep your hips stacked throughout. It's not a real high movement. In fact, take your hand onto your sacrum, that flat bone at the base of the spine, and just make sure that the hips are staying still. On this last one, it's a pulse, so we'll pulse up right here. And then second set, you can elevate your feet here if you like, just the top leg is moving, hips stay stacked throughout. Ooh, it burns. Try and keep your jaw relaxed, head and neck relaxed. And last one, it's a pulse. Nice, staying here, we're gonna tap and tap. You can sit out for this third set if you like. Bottom leg is still. Try and keep everything else still. And lengthen that bottom leg. Take this top leg around, take a little stretch. And we're gonna swing it around. Coming onto the other side, we're side lying work before we wrap this up. Make sure you're in line with the back of your mat. This hand can come to your head. One long line here, and then slow lift, slow lower. You're gonna point to lift up, leg is parallel, flex to release back down. Not a high lift of the leg, think of keeping this control, reach for that heel. Reach to that heel. 2 more. On our last one, keep it up here. We're gonna trace a circle in the air. Nice and slow. Try not to let those hips move. Tracing your circle, hips are still. Navel drawing to your spine. You're scooping the belly. And we're going to reverse that circle. Woo, burns. On our last one, bring it back, quad stretch. Bring the foot in toward the rear. You might have to come into a little bit of a pelvic tuck. And then bend this bottom knee. Bring your sitting bones and the heels in line here. And then stacking the hips. Imagine you have something balanced on this top leg that you don't want to knock over. An apple. Apple for the teacher. We're almost there, guys. We're almost at the end. And it's a pulse. Small range. Second set, elevating the feet and just lift to lower. For 2, 3, 4. And it's a pulse at the top. I know you feel like crying, we're almost there. We're gonna tap and tap, or you can sit this third one out. Woo! It's burning. Oh my goodness. And release it down. Woo! Okay, take a little release. We're gonna slide onto the belly. Stack one hand on top of the other. Take a little shimmy of those hips. Separating the feet apart. Just kind of release any tension in the low back. Switch to crossing of the hands. Same thing. Shimmy. And we'll swing it around here. We're gonna come on to the back. Lengthening those legs long. And take a breath in. Set it all the way down to your toes and then working your way up. Just kind of relaxing the feet and relaxing as you work your way up. Moving up to those ankles, calves. Letting go of tension in the thighs, the hips, the back, the belly, the chest. Your arms at your sides. All the way up to the shoulders, neck, and head. And then take a final stretch your fingers to toes, reaching those arms up. And we'll bend the knees in. And make your way back to a seat. Coming back to where we started. Sit up nice and tall. Crown of the head reaching to the ceiling. Take a breath in here. Exhale it out. One more deep inhale. And we're done. Yay, we made it through. Good work, guys. So keep in mind we're reopening on Monday. We will continue to Zoom. When you go to pre-register for a class, there's a Zoom option and an in-studio option. So the one will say Pilates and the other will say Zoom Pilates. So just make sure when you're pre-registering for the right one. I think there's still spots available for next week if you want to come in studio. Just go to next week. So when you go to Mind Body, does everybody know how to log in? You're going to click on schedule when you go to our website, and then you'll see it'll look like a much longer schedule because every class is the Zoom class and the regular class. So there's still plenty of spots. I think we have about 48 people signed in for next week total. And we have a lot of classes, so yeah, feel free to come. So most classes are not going to be even full with 5 people. They're going to be like 3. Okay, thanks so much, guys. And
Thanks,
if you have any
Meredith.
questions, let us know. But we'll send out another email probably tomorrow and Friday about like how to sign in and all that jazz. Okay. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Have a great day.
Bye. You too. Hi, Rita.